So you purchased a business in 2015. You went through the due diligence process. Then 2020 hits. Did that due diligence process and making sure that you were in a financial place and you had the resources necessary, did that help you when everything shut down in 2020?
There were many things that went our way when March of 2020, the country went dark. One of them was the fact that we were attached to a big umbrella, multi-billion-dollar international corporation. If we would have been Eddie and Rick Pack and Ship, that would have been a totally different story. Because it was a UPS store, we were considered essential. Therefore, we were given this official looking notices in case we were stopped by the authorities as to why we were on the road, because the business was considered essential. People still needed to have official documents being sent. People still needed official documents to be notarized. People still needed medicines to be shipped. There were things that still had to take place, and the UPS store was there to make that happen. Other entities did not have that same privilege handed down to them. So that was from the operational side of the house. On the financial side of the house, even though we were ready to absorb having to have our expenses taken care of, even though our stores may have been closed, that wasn't the case. What we saw is an immense amount of demand for the services that we were providing. So we actually hired during the pandemic. Our doors remain open, and we had when you look at our customer count, and it went up 15, 18%, where other businesses unfortunately had to close down, some of them permanently. So I guess the pendulum swung the other way for us. And that was it was both a blessing and a curse. A blessing in the sense that we stayed in business and that we were able to hire other individuals that had to let go because their originally businesses shut down and they had no place to work. A curse in a way that we had to spend a considerable amount of money and now abiding by the new safety regulations and the health regulations that all levels of government were applying down on those entities that were open. We had to spend, our budget just skyrocketed for things like Lysol and tissues and masks and gloves and so on and so on. We ended up bringing more people in, not just to keep the store rolling, but keep the store clean as well from a hygiene standpoint. And then you add the personality piece. And by that, I mean the sensitivity of we were the only ones that were open, and the American public was so frustrated because of the way their lives had been turned around that in many cases they would come into the store to do X and Y and Z, but there was an anger associated with that visit. We had to take a step back and retrain our team on conflict resolution, customer service delivery, just basically telling them this is not a personal thing. Everyone is upset. They're not upset at us. They're upset about what they're facing. And that was materialized in the way that we were treated by our customers. So that was the curse side of the house. Wow. And that went on for many months. We're very lucky that the team stuck around, that they were able to absorb the training that they were being given. We were able to be lucky that our customers remain patient, and those instances were far few in between. But they would test you, and those are the ones that we laugh about it now, but there were some very tense situations back then during those days.
I know I've been a UPS store customer. That's where I get my business mail for several years now, different store from yours. But that was one of the things that, like, during COVID, I think that there was like 2 customers allowed in the store at a time due to whatever the numbers had to be.
It's still like that. My local one is 3.
Well, the crazy thing is that there was a line like 8 people deep out the store every single time. So it's like, it just got to the point where I always had to check my mail after hours. Just because, it's great that you have your own key. I can just run in there, grab my mail, and leave. But I mean, it was just insane to me, the line of people out the door that were shipping packages when everything was shut down.
Yeah, even though there was nobody traveling, there were still presents that needed to be mailed. There was a lot going on. People were buying things over the internet, and some of the things had to be returned. There was a lot of purchases being done from private sellers that had to be shipped someplace else.
Was there a recent
very busy?
Was there a recent deal with Amazon with the UPS store? I know that there's one counter dedicated to Amazon returns at the UPS store that I go to.
Yeah, so we are one of the few locations that Amazon has blessed to have their drop-offs done, and it is at the UPS store where those drop-offs are consolidated and then shipped. Whenever you buy something through Amazon, if you have to return it, you have a few choices as to where are you located, and these are the choices that you have. So
is that a location by location, or is that UPS stores in general? It's like mandated.
That's exactly where I was heading. Great leeway. So why would the UPS store be better off now than it is if it was the Zack, Tim, and Eddie package ship? Well, when you are attached yourself with a multi-billion-dollar international corporation like UPS, the UPS store is able to go out to other entities and say, hey, this is what we can do for you. And they were able to go to Amazon and partner with Amazon to have the almost 5,000 locations nationwide to be a safe, convenient, and known entity to have those drop-offs then made. And those entities
super smart. It's super smart on their part too, because it's basically free marketing, right? And so like Tim just got this piece of workout equipment called a Hydro, and we both use this tool called Strava, which your boy Rick is obsessed with, by the way. I see him kayaking and
That's
biking that trail all the time. And so when Tim's done with this Hydro workout, which is like a rowing machine, kind of like a Peloton, Strava will write Peloton as the workout. Right on the screen, it says Peloton or Hydro or something like that. And it's kind of the same way with this, where it's like the UPS store, drop it off at the UPS store, right? It's come to the Amazon locker, or the UPS store. And so I don't know if UPS is paying for that or not. If they are, it's probably worth it from a branding perspective. But it's smart because people probably didn't even know that there was a UPS store, even though they've driven past it. Now they can go in there, and now it's like, okay, if you guys, from a training perspective, do a good job of getting these people in there, and then you communicate with them, they could become long-term customers and go there to ship a lot of other stuff. So it makes a lot of sense. I tend to go there all the time because I buy things that I apparently don't like, and I want to ship them back. And my go-to is always the UPS store on Battlefield. In Chesapeake. And so you guys don't own that one, but if you did, I would support it. I go in there, and that one compared to the UPS store in Ghent, by the way, is so much faster. The one in Ghent, Norfolk, is like a 30-minute wait every single time. And I'm like, I'm not going there. Like this is too much, but it's good branding on UPS's part. So, sometimes buying into a franchise from that perspective, this is going to help you out a tremendous amount. You
walk into the store, and right on the door when you walk in, it talks about the different services, mailbox, notarizing,
never know. Right,
all that stuff. So, I mean, with that, Eddie, what are some
socially distanced coffee shop, or your fancy all bricked out corner office, wondering why no one can see your business and sales are all over the place? Sounds like you need a pro. That's why I developed the Anomaly Academy. Insert clever copy here. Oh, I guess I was supposed to put something else there. Oops. You can grab access to the Anomaly Academy now at zackmillersays.com/Anomaly Academy.